So, hi everybody, welcome to the next video. In this session, I'll be speaking about how do you start doing AI automation for yourself using a visual tool like Make.com. Now, Make.com is basically a no-code, low-code tool. It doesn't require any credit card. It's absolutely free for first 1,000 operations, and you can actually build your own AI agents over here as well. Now, to build AI agents over here, there are a couple of things you need first. First, you require a Make.com account. So my recommendation to you would be first go ahead, you can get start for free, and you start making an account over here for yourself. Right, so just sign up with the regular process. I have an ID, so I'll just log in with my existing ID over here and I'll sign in. Now, once I've logged into this tool, I see a dashboard like this. It tells me exactly that how much credits do I have left. So they give you 1,000 credits every day. It gets reset in every 30 days. And you can actually go ahead and you can make automations over here very easily using AI. Let me show you what do I really mean by that. First, you click on this button called Create Scenario. Now, this part over here of Make.com is called the Canvas, and this small button is called the Node. Now, what Make.com does, Make.com allows you to integrate AI with any third-party tool. Let me show you what use case are we trying to do today. Today's use case is very simple. What I wish to do is, I wish to first have a bunch of complaints from a brand which have populated on Google Sheets. I want AI to read those complaints and update for me as if they are positive, negative, or neutral. So let's just first set up the entire thing. First, we'll go to our Google Drive and we will make something called as Google Sheet. I'll simply say complaints for Sham Station. Sham Station is a startup that I own for making children toys. So if I say complaints, if I say name, complaints, email ID, and sentiment. So the complaint came from a person called Tara. Complaint is I am very unhappy with the build and quality of plastic used in the toy. Email address, let's say for now, toraniroshni@gmail.com. Sentiment is something that I want to add right over here automatically. So let's give one more complaint. Okay, we see if AI is smart or not. So we say, okay, Rita, the toy is so good that it broke in one day. It's sarcasm, right? Let me put a company address. Okay. All right. The first job is that we want to figure out sentiment over here. Is it positive, negative, or all? And then we also want to probably draft an appropriate response by AI. Let's just do this step by step. The first thing we have to get our Google Sheet with complaints. We already got that. Second step is that I need to also maybe use the API keys of Google Gemini because I will basically be using Gemini as an LLM over here. So for that, I'll go to AI Studio and you can go to the button called API key, get API key over here, and you can make an account and you can get a free API key on this particular part. You just basically click over here and copy the API key. That's it. Very simple. Now, you're going to make.com, click on Google Sheets. Now, this is called as the trigger. Trigger means what? A trigger basically means that what is the first trigger your application will see, and because of that, they'll take an action. So now the trigger over here is that I want AI to watch new rows. Whenever new rows are added to the sheet, I would want AI to simply alert that to the LLM, right? So I'll first go and add an email address. Now, how do you connect to your Google Sheet? Very simple. You go sign in, link it to your Gmail account, which you have Google Sheets in. Let's continue. Continue. Now, when it's doing that, you have to be connected make.com to Google Sheets. Very simple. Now, you choose My Drive because everything is Google Drive. You choose a spreadsheet ID because you want to give a name to it. So the name over here will be something like I put the name saying that complaints for transportation. There we go. See, we got our sheet name of transportation. By the way, in the search method, select search by path. You have to search by path, search for all, and the manually just say search by path. Sheet name. So there's only one sheet over here. So we'll just select sheet one, the scenario. That's it. Let's say just give the limit to row headers from A1 to Z1. Table contains header, yes. Let's say save. Now I'll ask you, okay, what do you want to see? Do you want to see all? Do you want to choose manually? Just say I want to see all in spreadsheet. That's it. Okay. And then plus sign over here. Now let's connect this to Gemini. Now Gemini is something which will actually help me to give sentiment analysis. So we have to see we got something called as single text prompts or we got generated response. So let's just simply choose simple text prompts for starting off with. And for advanced use cases, we might choose a thing called generate response. In this case, you don't require any API key, right? In this case, you require an API key of Gemini. This is fun. As for a model name, so let's use model as 2.5 Flash. That's a better model. And text prompt is what? You can give a prompt over here through which AI can read the complaints dynamically and it should be able to give response to you as what sentiment is. So simply say, your job is to read the review of this customer, of the customer. His name is, and simply just put his name from name column, just drag and drop. The complaint, the review is, and you put complaints, drag and drop it over here. So you're just pulling the variable in Google Sheets dynamically over here by dragging and dropping. Your job is to tell me whether this review is positive, negative, or sarcastic or neutral. That's it. Say it. So what am I answering it from Gemini right now? That will basically be our, our sentiment plus sign. And after again update sheet, so again go back to Google Sheets over here. You'll see update the row. And again we select our ID. So you have to get it only once, you don't have to get it again and again. Search a path, sheet name, just use complaints. No idea for the so bad. Yes, my ID, yes. Okay. Choose complaints. Transportation. Now we'll come back to this option over here called sheet name, which is sheet one. Row number. You simply just select row number from your dynamically over here. Then you're going to header, you simply say yes. Now which sheet you want to be? You want to be the sentiment sheet. With what? With the answer of Google Gemini. So drag and drop Google Gemini's answer over here. That's it. We simply build a first workflow. Now notice guys, there's no sentiment out here. Okay. Let me run this. So I read the complaint. Gemini puts the sentiment. It will be a sentiment for us. I see over here, I go back, see, look at this sentiment. The review is negative, the review is sarcastic. The previously got an answer over here. Pretty cool. Super sentiment very, very easily. So this is called a multi-step agent. our agent was simply able to execute two multi-steps. So we got a Excel agent to read the data. We got a Gemini agent to give response. Again, we got an Excel agent to update the data. That's it. Now, what if I want a response as well to this? Let me extend this out. Let me put a response to this as well. How do you put a response? Click on plus sign. Again, you use Gemini. Simple text prompt. Now, simply say, you will also draft an appropriate, very short reply to the customer, and just drag and drop customer name, and the response should be for the below review. You drag and drop complaint over here. That's it. So I can say 2.5 flash, save. And then once again, let me run the scenario. So now you see this part is fine. Now this part over here is where the response will also come in. Now see, we got the response. Input is output. Now the response will not come in the Google Sheets though, because we haven't trained it on Google Sheets yet. So you click on plus sign over here. I click on Google Sheets, update the row. One more time, select the same spreadsheet of ours. This basically is Jam Station. Sheet name as sheet one. Row number, input dynamically again over here. And you can see response. Now response basically will come from where? From second one, which we basically used. This part. Okay. Save it. We say just type the response, just type the response and nothing else. Now why do I say that? Because when I saw the response over here, it simply says something like this. Here's a very short response to that. We don't want this, we just want this part straight away, right? So I tweak the prompt. Let's try it out, right? Let's rerun it one more time. Right. Rerun the scenario again. There we go. The sentiment. Google Sheets done. Now we'll get a reply, and the reply will be actually saved in our Google Sheet. So we come back over here. See, guys, we are sorry to hear about what happened. Difficulty, please contact us. The breakage, please contact us for resolution. We got a response as well. That's how I'm able to automate. Now, what if I want to do this again and again, again and again? Very simply put, I come back over here, and I can switch on this button called every 15 minutes. And then we say you're a complaint classifier and response engine. And now every 15 minutes, they should be able to send it to us. Now, if I want to send an email to this, I can even do an email as well. Let me show you how. So I simply come back. I simply go Gmail over here, send an email. I will now select my email address. Again, you have to add this manually by connecting your Gmail to it. Subject line will be response for hello. Let me just put the first name of the user manually this time. The body copy has to be raw HTML, and the content of body copy will come from the results over here. Okay, let's save it. The two. Now, where the email address gone from? Images will go from your ID, which is this one, right? Subject line is personalized, body copy is personalized, that's it, save it. Now, we'll do the prompt a little bit. We'll simply say, start with hello and person's name, be empathetic in the body copy, and explain the reason basis the complaint, review, read. So let's run this again. Now let's basically see if the email comes or not. One more time. Now, see, we get a reply, a big Google Sheet, and an email will go to them. Let's see the email went or not. Uh-huh. Let's look at this. It's in my send inbox. I got the email over here. The formatting is a little off. I can change the formatting by using HTML. So I have to just say, give a response in HTML. It'll do that for me. But the idea is that, you see, I'm able to automate everything. This is what we did. We just built our first AI agent over here. This is what AI agents are. You are able to now take AI outside the environment and you can connect to whatever you wish. Connect to your Google Sheets, connect to your Gmail, connect to any possible application. Right? This is basically one example I want to give you of multi-step agent. Now, not only you can do responses over here, you can do much more things bigger than this as well. Let me show you something else. Okay. This time, let me do one thing. Let me first go to Google Drive and let me this time give a recording, like a audio recording of a sales call. So what we're going to do is we're going to build something called as a sales agent, which can which can either help me understand what I spoke well in the interview or give me an MOM, Missile Meeting Maker. Okay. Let's simply say recording first. Let me upload the recording. Let me upload a audio file on this one. So put an audio file of one of my calls in the same folder. Now, here's what we'll do. Okay, I'll tell you what's going to happen first. Let me open a whiteboard of mine. Now, imagine that I've got I do meetings every day, and I want to save the recording of the meetings on Google Drive. So it can be any drive. It can be OneDrive, it can be Google Drive, it can be Dropbox, whatever you wish. Okay, so don't worry about the Google Drive part of it. The first thing is you need to basically ensure that you are actually having a drive. The meeting gets saved on a G drive. Now, I want to use an AI tool, which I'm using Google Grok to transcribe the audio. And this audio, by the way, will be saved in Google Sheet, in Google Drive, in a form of a Word doc. Okay, you should have first build this much. Let's come back over here. Create your scenario. This we say your transcription engine. Transcription engine. Okay. Plus, let the trigger over here be Google Drive. If you want to see, you want to watch a file, right? We say watch files in this folder. And now we actually go ahead, we connect this to our Google Drive. So we'll authenticate this. It's done. We'll watch the files. Now which folder to watch? Let the folder be recordings. Let's watch all the files, save it. Okay. The first step, select all over here. So we say the first step is to look at the recordings. Then you will download the recording. Okay. Because you will need to download the recording, otherwise you'll not be able to build things up. So you see, this is basically your Google Drive file to watch. So just drag and drop file ID. That's it. Save it. So download the file over here. Then this downloaded file, by the way, they go to a tool called Grok. And Grok has an option called create transcription, right? Now, we want this file from Google Drive only. Now, how do you connect Grok, by the way? Connect Grok via Grok API key. So if you go to Grok API, go to API Cloud, continue over here, log in with your Gmail account, do this, and you create an API key over here if you wish. Let me say test. But and when we get the API key, this API key will get connected to your make.com. Okay. When this happen, the API key, copy API key, come back over here, and suppose I want to add this a new key. If you want to add over here, this is my API key. Let me say make.com AI agents. Save it. Okay. Now since we got our API key, we have put a system prompt. This will be say, please give me a complete transcript of this audio file. And then we put the file here. Now, once it's done, it was fine. Now we'll go to Google Drive. We'll go to Google Drive and we will save this. We will save this document on my Google Docs. Free document over here. Let's save the document in the same folder as our file. So we say file name of, say, name of the file. First transcription of whatever. Yeah. The content which is there, we can change from where? Comes from Grok. So that are the results. Now, when you see a document, then you come back, save the recording itself, and save it. So now what will happen? AI will read the recording, download the recording, give it to Grok, Grok will process it, and then basically you will get a document. Listen this. Okay, sorry. So basically, as we decommission, we have to basically go with something called as with large V3.